Hey everyone, I'm really excited about today's episode because I get to share something that I've been working on for a long time and that you probably have heard about. The Distinguished Physical Education K through 5 curriculum launches on August 1st, and I cannot wait for teachers to get their eyes on it and for students to experience it in high quality PE programs around the world. Before I tell you a little bit about the curriculum, I want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has already purchased it through the pre order. That means a lot, and I appreciate you all so much. And just as a reminder, the pre order comes with a lifetime license and access to all future updates. This curriculum will continue to grow and improve over time, and if you pre order it by August 1st, you will have access to every single update at no additional cost for the rest of your career. There's no other PE curriculum out there that offers that. All right, time to talk about this curriculum and why I'm so excited about it. If you have been teaching PE for any amount of time, you have probably spent countless hours browsing online for lessons or explored various PE curricula that are currently available. Most of them have one thing in common. They're full of fun activities, and fun activities are great. I'm not knocking that. But here's the problem. Most PE curricula stop right about there. They give you a list of 3 or 4 standards at the top of the lesson. They give you some games to teach your students, and that's about it. There's very little explicit teaching or learning happening. The lesson objectives are usually vague, like students will be able to cooperate with a partner, and then they tell you to ask students who cooperated with their partner and to give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Or they are rote, like students will learn the rules of castle ball, and then you're supposed to ask who can tell me one rule of castle ball. For those of you who regularly listen to this show or have read the book, you know that those aren't rigorous objectives. The language supports that students need to articulate their learning is also generally not there in what's currently available. The assessment questions are often surface level or misaligned to the objectives, and at the end of the lesson, if you ask the student what they learned today, they almost always tell you what games they played, not what they actually learned. Over the years, I noticed that the curricula that are available do not give teachers the tools to make explicit learning happen in the gym. The activities are there, but an instructional philosophy and framework that anchors everything are often not found. That gap bothered me for a long time. If you've been listening to this podcast, read the book, or took any of the courses that Distinguished PE offers, you know that we believe physical education is an academic subject. Students should be able to demonstrate learning and articulate that learning just like they do in every other class. And I felt like existing curricula were not giving teachers what they needed to make that happen. So Distinguished PE built something better. Let me give you a concrete example of what I mean. Let's talk about the very first lesson in the curriculum, the first day of school for kindergarten through second grade students. Most curricula will give you a list of first day activities, maybe some icebreakers, maybe some games that focus on safe movement in the gym. Then you're on your own to figure out how to actually get students into the gym, where they should go, how to assign spots, how to transition them from one activity to the next, and what to say and do when a student is not following directions. The Distinguished PE curriculum scripts all of that out for you to use or modify as you see fit. The first K-2 lesson starts with greeting students at the door. The lesson plan gives you specific language for that moment, what to say, how to say it, and what you're looking for as students enter the gym from the first day of school all the way through the last. From there, students are assigned color-coded home-based spots. The lesson walks you through exactly how to do that, how to introduce the spots, how to gradually release students by color row, so not everyone is moving at once, and what narrating desired behavior sounds like as students find their spots. Teachers are given specific feedback to provide to students so they know exactly what to say to encourage students to follow directions. And that level of detail carries through every lesson across the entire curriculum. You're never left wondering what to say or what to do next. This curriculum gives you a complete instructional system, backed by the philosophy in the book and the conversations with amazing guests that I've had on this podcast. Let me share a little bit more about what that system looks like. The foundation of every lesson are the content and language objectives, the CLO. Every lesson in this curriculum has 2 objectives: a content objective that describes what students will physically demonstrate, and a language objective that describes how students will articulate their learning. Students are not just playing games. They are working toward learning a specific standard, and they can tell you exactly what they are learning and why it matters. Connected to every CLO are checks for understanding. We call them CFU questions that teachers ask throughout the lesson to gauge students' progress. There are also ideal student responses to those questions so that you know exactly what to ask, when to ask it in the lesson, and what the student response should sound like. That's a game changer for data collection, adjusting instruction, and for making sure every student has the opportunity to demonstrate their learning verbally, not just physically. Every lesson also includes sentence stems that give students the language resources they need to respond to the check for understanding questions. Each CFU and sentence stem also comes with a Spanish translation, which was done by a native Spanish speaker, not an AI bot, so you can be confident that you're providing your students with authentic Spanish language support. Every activity in each lesson has both modifications and extensions built in, so differentiation is never an afterthought. And every lesson closes with a final check for understanding question, and then a mindfulness breathing activity that connects directly to the skill or concept taught that day and prepares students to return calmly to their classroom. Each unit comes with a preparation guide that walks you through everything you need to know before you start teaching. Lesson descriptions, equipment lists, key concepts, assessment guidance, and links to relevant podcast episodes. Every unit also includes rubrics and data trackers, so you always know where your students are relative to the standards you are teaching. There are 2 versions of each lesson plan: the fully scripted version that I just spoke about, which usually run 6 to 8 pages, and a 2-page clipboard guide where you can jot down notes as you internalize the lesson plan and carry around with you during the lesson. It's a great resource that supports you while you teach, so that you don't have to worry about memorizing every last detail of the lesson. And there are Google slide decks for every single lesson, ready to display on your screen in the gym with no additional preparation required. The slides show students the CLO, images of the activities, the CFU questions, and the sentence stems at exactly the right moment in each lesson. The curriculum covers 12 units for K through 2 and 12 units for grades 3 through 5, approximately 50 lessons per grade span. Each lesson is aligned to the 2024 SHAPE American National Standards, but can be easily modified to align to your state's standards. Before I wrap up, I want to mention one more thing. On the Distinguished PE website, there is a free implementation guide that walks you through everything that is included in the curriculum: the philosophy, the lesson structure, what assessment looks like, and how to get started. It's a great resource for you as a teacher, but it is also something you can share with your building leaders or curriculum specialists if you're asking for funding. It makes a clear case for why this curriculum is worth the investment and what it will do for your program and your students. There are also a few free sample lessons on the website, so you can see exactly what this looks like before you buy it. Everything is over at www.distinguishedpe.com. The curriculum launches August 1st, and I cannot wait to hear about the impact it makes on your programs and on your students. If you have any questions, or if you're interested in group or district pricing, reach out directly to Gary@distinguishedpe.com. As a special thank you, purchase the curriculum before August 1st, and you'll be automatically enrolled in our Distinguished PE virtual course, where you can earn 100 hours toward license renewal. It's a great way to learn alongside other PE teachers from around the world and dig deeper into the strategies that are woven throughout the curriculum. I'll have another episode coming out soon with some more exciting news. Thank you so much for listening and being a part of the Distinguished PE community, for everything you do for your students, your schools, and your communities. Hope you're having a great summer, everyone. Till next time.